This is a spot where I did my very first video somewhere 5 to 7 years ago. I've been really struggling with this idea of perception, and so I'm going to talk about it again because I think I understand where people are coming from with this. Perception is a funny thing, and it actually made some people mad that I said perception is sight and sight is not reality. And good for them. If it made you angry, then maybe it's something that you should take a look at. You know? I mean, that's my perception of it. If you got mad about that, it might be something you want to take a look at. But perception is sight, and it's a way of seeing the world. You know, it doesn't mean it's reality. And I know I'm not making any friends doing this, saying that. I'm not. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to tell what I know. What I know I could put in the Grand Canyon. I can't even remember everything that I've learned. Not right here in this, 3D reality. My brain literally cannot retrieve every single thing that I've learned. I've taken such a deep, deep look at myself and society and the world around me that, I literally can't retain it all. I can't retain every bit of it. It's just, I think it may be impossible. It may not be. Maybe I could recover it under some sort of hypnosis or something like that. But as far as talking to people, I feel like, I know that the right things come out at the right time. When people are having discussions about, you know, jabs and shots and things of this nature. But again, with the with the talking, man. I started this channel so I could become a better talker and communicate better. And like I said just a minute ago, these things, some things are spoken at the right time, and I seem to have a knack for this. You know, I used to not have a knack for it. I used, you could say the wrong thing at the wrong time. That's an option too. But I thought I'd do this here because this whole perception thing is, from what I understand, from a New Age perspective, that New Age, oh, love, love, love. Look where we're at. Look at where we're at. People are in lockdown. People are standing in food lines and don't even recognize, the symbolism, the same qualities that happen in like 1937. You know, with the other regime. I'm trying to be careful here. That's why I might seem like I'm stuttering. Perception is not reality. But, but, I do understand what New Age people were talking about, and even New Age Christians. I prefer a lot of people on the left-hand path. They seem to understand things a little better. But there are some New Age people that get it. But there I go again with that but. Some people, let me say this: some people see the unseen world around us, and they're in a mental institution. Some are called mediums. It's really like, how much can you really handle, of the truth? How much of it can you really can handle? How much of it can you take? I know I got to a point to where I couldn't take my overworked ass anymore, and I changed jobs. And thankfully, this job was, you know, came about by certain circumstances. We say it like that, you could bring the spiritual world into it, and I totally believe that's what happened, and it happens a lot, and people don't realize it. But these things, these things that are perception, when you think you're doing good for the masses for something, are you really? Or are you just doing something that hurts society as a whole and keeps them more and more enslaved? The one thing I'm always been about, and I always will be about, is freedom. Now, I've said this lightly before. I do this because I don't have it. So I recognize the value in it. A lot of people do have a lot of freedom and they don't realize it and they enslave themselves. The only way that I am truly free is in my head. I'm not free physically. And I'm not sure if anybody can be on this plane of existence. It's a conversation I had with someone recently. So these things, man, what you see may not be the truth. And that doesn't mean it's your truth or someone else's truth. It's the truth as far as you can understand it. Doesn't mean it is truth. Performing theft, taking something without permission is theft. And it doesn't matter if it happens here on Earth or billions of light years away on another planet. Theft is theft. That's a truth. Right? Can we all agree on that? I mean, I hope so. I really do. Because, you know, again, I want to say that I see where you people are coming from. You people. I see where the new age community is coming from. You know what I mean? And everything's just, oh, yeah, everything's just fine. It's all light and love. It's all light and love. Yeah, just lay down and accept everything. Now, fuck you. Fuck those people. I will not do that. I'll never do that. It's why I started this channel. And it's really ridiculous that here I am 5 to 7 years later, still doing this in the same spot that I made my very first video at. So, what is truth? Truth is something that cannot be changed by your perception. If you're looking at a stick on the ground and one person says it's a snake and five other people standing there saying, dude, that's a stick that fell from a tree, who is correct? Which one is correct? A glimmer of hope here, though. I have seen a lot of people, you know, and younger people too, coming out and being like, look, the force that is upon us, this cold, dark force that is upon us, has become so hard and so unbearable that it is forcing people to speak out. I mean, this is what it takes. You know, people have to be people have to be just absolutely, hammered down into the ground before they will stand up and say things, and talk about things or even do things. There are certain channels that I watch that are, yeah, they are ready for a civil war or a revolution, however you want to say that. And I know those two words have two meanings, so carefully I say that, but these people are ready. These people know how to live in the woods. These people have plenty of ammo. got plenty of guns, and they will come to a breaking point if that, if it becomes necessary to protect themselves and their family and where they live. Even it means dying for their, belief in freedom, because that's what this is all about. It's what this is all about. You have the freedom to perceive things the way you want to, and I totally agree with that. Totally. But again, with the buts, people, we would do a lot better though if we could see clearly and see the truth. I understand that a lot of people are spiritually lazy, and I don't want to get into a esoteric conversation about this, but people aren't spiritually lazy. You know what I say about this? People as a whole, they're children. They're just absolute children and refuse to grow up. We just do what you know mama government and daddy religion tells us to do. You know, and it's unacceptable in this day and age. People that I can't believe people still watch TV. Mainstream television in this day and age. I would expect it from older people. I don't get it when younger people do this. I really don't. How is this still a thing? I mean, that is a very powerful magic to make people just sit and listen to what they're being told and go into a beta state and just absorb it and believe it as truth without really questioning it. It's the questions that make us better people. It's the questioning reality. It's the questioning perception. It's the questioning of what is going on that could save us. I don't see a lot of that. I do, in my personal life, I don't have a lot of people that will talk to me about these sort of things that are very aware. They're aware about some things, I'm sure, but they're damn sure not aware about these kind of topics that I'm talking about today. These kind of things, it, it's some cycle. You know what I mean? People don't have, they're mentally lazy. I think, people going, oh, climate change is, climate change is, government needs to do something about this. Other people need to do something about this. This is actually a natural cycle of the earth. The earth is going through a natural cycle where the ice caps melt and the water rises. I mean, this happens as the earth goes through its motions. It's not the first time it's happened, but the arrogance to believe that your hairspray has somehow messed up the earth, it's, for lack of a better word, it's ridiculous, and it's arrogant, and it's egotistical to think that you have that much power to, you know, destroy the ozone with some hairspray or some carbon emissions. That's not to say that they have had an effect, but a single volcano erupting in the Ring of Fire can and has raised the global temperature 2 degrees, and that doesn't sound like a lot. So it's a combination of both, I think, really. I really wish that people would think for themselves and question things. You know what I mean? Everybody just wants to sleep nice and comfortably and want to be safe, and we need more people that are less concerned about safety and more concerned about the truth. I'm just kind of rambling on here, and I know this is going on a little long because I'm going slow with it. But these are things that go through my head. This is my prayers at night. This is my prayers in the morning. It actually is morning here. Beautiful, beautiful place. There are actually some better places around here I could have went, but I didn't want to go that far. So, for the people who got angry that for me telling them that perception is not reality, I mean, go ahead. Get as angry as you like. It's not going to affect me. Uh, my peace is from way down deep inside, and nobody can take it. Uh, Nobody can take that away from me anymore. And I want the same for y'all. But I do want better for society as a whole. I've talked about this online and how I've lost hope and only have a glimmer of faith left. But that glimmer of faith is knowing. You know, hope is just hoping. Knowing is faith. Knowing that things will be okay eventually. How long will that take? Probably more than 20 lifetimes, because when we learn our lessons too quickly, we tend to forget them. But when we learn them hard, we remember them. I guess that's about all of the time I'm going to take up for you guys today. Hopefully I've said something here that really made sense to somebody. Notice I didn't say resonate. Um, and I got no problem with these words. You want to say that, perception is truth. It's not. It's not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that it is not. Sorry, not sorry. Perception is not truth. You could perceive something that is not actually what it is. So, I wish you guys well. I want you guys to know that I'm still doing this deep thinking. I'm getting really tired of doing this, though, on YouTube, and probably going to go back this morning and delete a few of my videos. I tend to become a little more alive and about these kind of things as fall comes in. So, I might be doing some there, but it takes a long time to put together a picture video to where, the words match up with the pictures that's coming up on the screen. And I realize that people like that. These FaceTime videos I put up, they don't get a whole lot of views, and that's fine. It's fine. I'm not trying to whip the world into, taking care of each other. Even though if I could, I would. And that seems to be what's happening. People need to be just oppressed so much that they just can't stand it anymore, and then finally speak out against it or do something about it. As for me, I may seem like I'm negative a lot of times, but I am actually a very happy person. I have my inner happiness, and it's something that exists within me. Like I said before, nobody can take it away. Could try, but it's not possible to take my happy away from me. It could leave me starving, dying, put me in the isolation of a prison, and I'll still have this. I've got it. Um, I want other people to have it, no matter what their perception of reality is, and that's the truth. Much love to you guys. Thanks for listening to this long ass video. I might do more like this. I don't know. Like I said a minute ago, I might not do any more at all. I'm really just up in the air about it at this point.